This is a cool story, which is a bit old, but I posted it on Discord and Mike fell in love with it. So a little bit of social engineering on today's not so critical update.
Peter shared the story and I hated it. So we had this whole conversation that we kind of recorded as a bonus episode impromptu because Jon doxed me. No big deal, whatever. And my question to Jon and Peter was, should I care? Peter refound this story, tweets from 2019. So it's not new, but that's not the point. The point is the story's about CNN kind of daring a hacker to breach them, right? So what this led me to is the CNN reporter made themselves a target, right?
Yeah.
And asked that they be breached. The breach consisted of finding publicly available information, address, name, whatever, calling into so they set up that he had checked into a hotel on Facebook and posted a picture of something on Instagram. And so this hacker called the hotel, pretended to be his wife to get the address and the room number, changed his flight seat on the way back because he was asked to, right? This is information that's publicly available. Anybody could do this. Anybody could do this at any time.
Yep.
Here we go. What? You don't even know what I'm going to say.
I can guess.
No, let him finish. Let's see.
Anybody could execute
anytime.
this attack at any time. It happened here because the reporter asked them to do it. Yep. I posted something on Reddit this morning. I don't often post to Reddit, but I responded to something. And I noticed that I'm logged in, my username has my last name in it. And I thought, do I want this comment to be traceable back to me as an individual? Is this why people have just random string names?
Yes, they do.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Jon. I didn't realize this before. No, I did. But my conclusion is, my concern is not about the privacy. I don't care about the information being out there. My concern is that somebody's going to target me, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
so I think about the world around me. I feel safe walking down my street. Should I lock my house if I have nice stuff inside? Yeah, I should. There are neighborhoods that I'm not going to go into maybe at night because I don't feel safe there. Should I feel unsafe everywhere I go on the internet?
Thank you. No. He should definitely 100%.
Okay.
Which is
I think.
Well, here it is. Okay, this is my take. So, Mike, first off, let's talk about a couple of things I want to break down before we jump into the discussion about safety.
Break it down.
Let's touch on the Reddit thing that you said.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very important that we grow this little egg, this seed in you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I instantly decided to post anyway.
Sure.
And my logic was,
Mike,
I already do this show out in the open. I say my name on this show. People know 100%. Who we are. So what am I hiding by doing that?
See to grow.
But we don't know. What we don't know, okay, is all I know is that your username is, let's say, msutton on Reddit, right? I also know that you like to post in the subreddit r Philadelphia.
Hang on, let me just
write or Pennsylvania or the city that you're in.
So now you are going to dox me in real time. Okay, got it. Cool,
no. Damn it! Wait, shit. Make sure you beep out.
Or our Chicago, whatever. It could be any place.
Okay, so our city. You like to post in the R city, but actually, not kidding. Make sure you beep out the city that I said.
You should.
I'm sure.
Be afraid, Jon.
Mike. So, okay, so you post in that and you ask about an event that's happening, whatever, some random post. Then you also post in our Coinbase because you're interested in crypto. Okay, so now you've told me a few things.
Yeah,
you've told me
this is
your username. You've told me the city that you're in, and you've told me that you potentially have an account with Coinbase, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is do what I did on that bonus episode. I'm going to go and find your address. Okay. And then I'm going to try to find, which there's databases of this freely available,
Jon,
any emails associated with you. Hold on.
Let me remind you that you
Yeah.
started this with the statement that I should not be afraid everywhere I go on the internet.
I'm
And you
gonna
are
tell
now
you why. I'm
painting
gonna
me
tell
the
you-
story about how you're going to destroy my life.
Loop it back. We're going to loop it back. Then, okay,
I'm
email.
curious.
Now I'm going to get your phone number. That's all I need, right? And
Yes.
and your any leaked passwords that you use.
Sure.
So I'm going to try to sign into your Coinbase account.
What's the punchline here?
We get to a 2FA code. I call your internet. Or I call your
Mhm,
cellular provider.
Yep.
I do a SIM swap. I'm in. I steal all your money.
Got it.
Why you shouldn't be afraid of the internet is because you're smart enough to use a random username on websites. You are smart enough to not post self-identifying information online, like where you live or pictures of your house, pictures of your family. Okay. And you're also smart enough to recycle or not recycle, but cycle through accounts every few months. After 3 months, you make a new account.
That's obviously sarcasm because I am not smart enough to do any of those things.
Yeah. No.
But now you know. And I don't know if you do, but now you know, right? I don't know how this will go or if you will change any behavior online, but you should not be scared anywhere because it's very easy to stay safe online. Go ahead.
So this is saying I shouldn't have nice things in my house because even if I lock them up, somebody could still break in and steal them.
No, but you're assuming that risk.
Yeah, it's a risk, isn't it? It's a risk assessment. And what you're saying is, oh no, people deserve to get stuff stolen from them. They should just accept that as the cost of having nice things in the first place.
No, not at all.
You're comparing the house to the internet and the computer. Are you not going to have a Windows Defender running? Is that going to be turned off?
What I'm
Are you not
saying
going to have
is
a password?
I don't want to live someplace so unsafe that I have to worry about that all the time.
That is the internet. That is the internet. That is being on the internet is living somewhere that unsafe. So
I don't agree at all.
Everywhere I go, that's what I'm dealing with.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree at all. I think some places that you go on the internet are some places you don't want to walk through at night, if you will. And other places are exactly
what
right.
you just
And
laid
other
out
places-
is it doesn't matter where I go. You can piece that all together unless I hide everything
you take
about
precautions.
Yeah. The problem is that people don't realize what the precautions should be. So Jon just laid out all the different things that you should do, but it is quite a lot of different steps. And
Really? Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, having a different
thought for me.
I know, because you're a privacy security professional. My point is that most people don't get it. Most people don't realize what the risks are and what could potentially happen if they don't take precautions and what precautions they have to take anyway. It's so hard. And tomorrow it's going to be a different story. There's going to be some other new technique which people will use. And this person wasn't even doing they weren't. The whole point of the CNN story was that she works for the EFF. I've forgotten her name. Sorry, Rachel, I think. Oh God, no, that's going to be wrong. Anyway, she just found stuff that the guy had out there already. It's not like they went and prepped him to put out seed information. It's just tweets and shit that he'd already made. So she was able to. He just said, right, okay, find out what you can and ruin my life, and she did.
Rachel Tobac.
And it could happen to anyone. Rachel, I got the Rachel Tobac. Yeah.
So, First Peter, what you don't realize, Jon hasn't been with us that long. Jon himself actually will cycle out. So we'll actually, I think it's coming up. We will have a new Jon.
Yeah.
As part of his security protocols for
new face,
upcoming episodes.
New headphones.
We just haven't seen that happen yet.
I like this Jon though. He's all right. I quite like this one.
So my challenge with this is, again, it's to me, it's not about the information, right? I don't care that people know this about me. I do care about people targeting me. I do not want to be attacked.
It's one, but
not
one relates to the other. Relates to the other. One relates to the other.
So I have to live my life in
fear. The more people know, not at all. It's easy to live. I don't live in fear when I browse. It's easy to protect yourself online. What people don't do, wait. What people don't do is, one, they don't even know that they should be taking an initiative to learn about this.
Mm-hmm.
This is where society has failed. We've talked about this. Computer, internet, and technology hygiene and illiteracy has been at an all-time high. And it will continue to be at an all-time high. Because when I go to high school, right, and I'm in my computer class or IT class or whatever, and the teacher is showing me how to use Office, right? The teacher isn't showing me computer hygiene. The teacher isn't telling me, hey, maybe don't click on that big download link and click on the actual link. Before clicking, the teacher isn't telling me to hover over the download link to see what the URL is on the bottom left of my browser. All of these things are things we learn from trial and error, but they're not text, they're not written out. We don't have an instruction set for people. And that is the biggest issue with technology is, Mike, you didn't know better. So you just did what you thought everyone else does.
So
Which is what everyone else does.
Here that I still have a hard time accepting is that I, the fatalist, the cynic, I am not cynical enough with respect to what assholes everybody out there is, because I should know that everybody's trying to kill me and be on guard at all times.
So
welcome to the internet.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Welcome
That's
to the internet.
true. Okay. Got it. Great. All right. Have a fun day, everyone.
And it only took us 6 months of podcast recording to get to this point.
Yeah, that's good.
All we need to do is repackage all the podcasts as like a CD or something that we can sell to our grandparents.
On a VHS.
And a VHS. That's it. Yeah.
It's a series. 1 through 10.
So this is where you guys have victory.
Brilliant.
In my edgier younger days, I forget where this happened, but some guy on Reddit, funny enough, basically was like he had your mentality 6 months ago, where he was completely disregarding of this and said, you can't find me, you can't do anything with this data. It took me like 10 minutes.
Ruined his life.
I just in a public place, I sent as a reply to him, I was like, this is your name, this is where you live, here's all of your social media profiles, and this is what I can and could do with all that data, because I know that this is what you have. And it's like, yeah, I know. Again, this was like 10 years ago. I was very young and edgy. So obviously afterwards, he was like, oh, can you delete that? Of course I did right away. I edited and just said, I've done so. But still, that's exactly the world we live in. You cannot trust that someone is actually a good person who will just point out your flaws instead of abuse the flaws.
So why do the internet is a cesspool.
Yeah.
Why do we use it?
Because it's so fun.
It's so fun. It's like an Oculus.
It's like an arcade. It's like an arcade that can just steal all your money if you play the wrong game.
Yeah. It's a drug.
It really is.
I am unsure how I feel about this and what, if any, changes I will make to my behavior. I am disappointed in the outcome of this conversation.
You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you what's going to happen. This is my prediction for 2022. You're gonna somehow twist your own understanding of what is dangerous and acceptable until you suddenly think, you know what? Actually, maybe that's okay. I get it's fine, and then just carry on as normal.
You'll rationalize the behavior.
Yeah.
You live it. Yes, thank you. Rationalize the behavior. You live in denial.
Yeah, I haven't committed to changing anything.
Of course not.
Committed to not changing. I am.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so I'm sticking with my ideas, and if you don't like them, you can.
Well, my choice is: do I start living in fear and feel like I have to protect myself from everything on the internet, or do I just enjoy what I'm doing and keep moving through life?
I guess it's just about being vigilant and active, and not about living in fear. I don't live in fear, Like I was talking to. This is not a brag. This was just for the show. I was talking to legitimate black hatters on Twitter, and they were ruining lives in front of me. They were literally doxing people on the same accounts that I was talking to them about because of a misunderstanding or an argument. They were hacking back and doing a bunch of naughty stuff. I'm not afraid because I'm there's a level of, I don't want to say respect, but like understanding. I was coming to them asking for knowledge, hands on the table. And they replied to me. It's not like I should be not afraid of what they're capable of, right? But it's also okay to just be realistic. Live
risk assessment.
It's exactly right. It's a risk versus reward. Is it okay to talk to these people? Maybe. Do it walking on eggshells. Don't be cocky. Don't be a dick, right? Be courteous or courteous.
Courteous.
Courteous. That's the one. Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to go in anybody's house and cause trouble, but I also don't feel like I should have to walk on eggshells just going about my daily life.
No, but I made an extreme example. I don't walk on eggshells on Reddit, right? Yeah. Like I just don't post about, and if I do post about things that I don't feel comfortable later on, I have a habit of going through my old posts and deleting them. Funny enough, there's a Reddit archiver, so you could actually go and see all of those old posts, but you'd have to.
Well, at any rate,
worry about
something for you guys to think about, and we'll talk again. Oh, you're gonna let me get away with that? Okay, cool.